on my YouTube, so only you have access.
Okay, cool. Cheers.
All right. You can see my screen good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just gonna check your runes real quick. It's hard to fuck them up on Vladimir, but best to be sure. This is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Yep. It's all good. CDR here. That's perfect.
I was that D3 top lane vlad main last year. And now I'm hard stack plat 2. But I play like mid now.
What do you play most?
Like I queue mid ADC this time.
What made you stop playing top?
I can't remember exactly. I think it's just like I just wanted to play mid. And then again play that mid lane.
I assume you watch Elite 500?
No, not really.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of these games.
I don't know what the fuck his name is now on Korea. Let me see if I can find it. Because when you're one-tricking a champion, right? It's very important that you try to learn from those that are already doing good on that champion, right? So, for Vladimir, it's nobody else than really Elite 500 that's better to look at. So, if we look at him, right? So, he is a bit mental boom sometimes. So, sometimes he loses. But what you want to do is you want to look at the games where he does really well, right? Because if you go down a bit, you'll see that there's a certain pattern that happens. Do you see this number?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I have coached Elite like 3 times now, and this is something we've been working a lot on to create consistency. Because when you're playing solo queue, right, you will have 4 different monkeys on your team every game, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing that's going to happen every game is that you're gonna be a part of it, right? So if you can always perform extremely well, then you will just climb automatically, especially in elos like Plat 2. Because in Plat 2, people do not punish you properly, they don't end games. So if you're able to scale fast and efficiently playing a champion like Vlad, you will just take over games.
Yeah.
So you see, he follows his pattern, he does really well, right? And then he starts having off games, of course he loses. These games look like yours. It's probably no difference in his performance this game from those 3 games than from what you're doing. Because he lost track. He stopped being consistent, then he lost, right? And then here he was consistent, this game is like whatever, he happened to win it, right? Here he just started trolling, right?
Yeah.
But then again, he's consistent a little bit, and that's what we want to aim for. This number of CS is what you need on things like Vladimir in order to do consistently well.
Alright.
It's the same for the champions. Like if we look at yours, right? 6.8, 6.8, 8.4, that's pretty good. 7.7, 7.1, 4.4, right? Like 6.1. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Like Vladimir, he needs gold, and you can't really regularly solo kill people as Vladimir. So most of your gold is gonna come from creeps. Right? It's the same for the champs I'm playing. Right? I play mostly Veigar, and like this game was an open because my Gragas skilled the wrong spell and then died level 1, and then he went trolling, so we just FF'd. But if you see, right, this was bot lane, so it's a bit lower, but it's pretty good. 9.4, 10.3, 8.8, 9.3, 9.7, 10.3, right?
Yeah.
That plus a combination of trying to die very little and just living and doing my job, and I will climb. Some games I will lose, some games I will do a little bit bad and lose, right? This one I should have dodged, but if I'm just consistent, I will climb, and that's what we need to make you now. We need to make you consistent. So which game was it?
9, 6, 11.
This one? Alright.
Yeah.
What made you want to watch this one?
I felt like I because I know that I read from your like Reddit thread that like you hardly ever roam.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just thinking so like in this game I didn't know because I didn't really roam too much and then like I feel like we just like auto lost the game.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
I don't know like when the correct time is to like roam or just farm the wave and stuff like that.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I roamed. Like, your champ isn't the best roamer. Vladimir can't really push, etc. So, I wanna check something here. How often do you start D-ring and how often do you start D-shield?
It's 50-50, depends on the matchup.
Okay. Because I would start D-shield versus things like Oriana, Syndra, Zoe, like really annoying bullies. Right?
Yeah.
If the Victor had Airy, I would go D-shield. If he has Face Rush, there's no way in hell I'm going D-shield. Okay? D-shield is extremely good versus Airy users, because the Airy does extremely little damage, so it pops the Doran shield and you start healing a lot. Make sense?
Yeah.
A Victor with Face Rush is not gonna do that much to you, so you can easily go D-ring. Victor is one of those mages where you can hard abuse your sustain as Vladimir to win the matchup. So
yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but he was playing like ultra safe, and it like kind of like threw me off because I was expecting him to like trade loads.
I mean, if you play safe, then it's good for you still. So, because you will scale and beat him in side lane later on, if you can get on him. The issue in this matchup is that if he's good, he will outrange you and outrun you with his Q. If he's bad, you can get on top of him. So, the reason why I like to have your point of view is so I can see like your mouse clicks and everything, you know? Seeing your camera control, your mouse clicks and stuff. So for our next session, that would be great. Because it's very important to see where you're clicking and stuff. Just gonna open my drawing tool. There you go. Alright. So right now we need to find out, okay, what does he start, right? He hasn't E'd you yet, so we can assume he started Q. Yep, he started Q. So versus Victor, it's fine for Vladimir to push early, especially when the jungler is like this. Echo clears relatively slow compared to things like Elise, Lee Sin, Olaf, Karthus, etc.
Yeah,
so,
and the ganks are not the greatest.
Yeah, his ganks are extremely easy to avoid. You just hug one side of the lane, right? Opposite side of where he is. So,
yeah,
this guy already, right? You know where he started. This is a habit you need to have. Every game you need to check this, right? Right now, Tryndamere shows in lane, enemy bot lane doesn't show, right? So now they could be cheesing in here, but they aren't. You see that, and you see that they come through lane like this. You can also use F keys, and then you can see at bot lane that these guys are missing mana. So all these things confirms Echo started bot side.
What if they did like a fake leash?
If this guy uses E on blue and this guy uses Q on blue just to fake in fucking Plat 2, they are better than Korean players in Challenger. Nobody fake leashes. Nobody. Everybody knows it exists. Nobody's doing it. I can't remember last time I saw somebody fake leash. And how do they fake leash and then Tryndamere shows in lane? Like, did Echo solo blue then?
It could have done.
Yeah, and it's extremely slow.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to overcomplicate things, because if you're overcomplicating things, you're just going to overthink a lot. And it's going to be bad. Okay?
Yeah.
And there will be other things later on in this game where we can confirm where he started. Something that you should try to do, and that should be a habit of yours, is, so right now, you run to mid, right? Here. Your habit that I want you to do every game from now on is, unless you're AFK at the start. If you're AFK at the start, don't do this. But as long as you were in the game from the start, you run straight here. Okay? And then if you meet enemy mid, right, like they're like here or something, then you have to back off. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you don't meet them, you run into this bush. Alright? And if you are on red side, you would run into this bush. Make sense?
Yeah. Why do I want to do that?
Yeah, I will show you why. Because, right, of course now you can't do it because he is zoning. But if he doesn't do that, you would be in this bush. And then at 122, you would walk past this area, right? And drop a ward like here. This way, you get complete vision of this pathing, and you can know if he goes down to bot side after red buff, etc., and where he comes from, what camps he does.
Alright.
If you start going to ward at like 120, there's a risk of them standing here, and then you get caught and you die. At 122, people are very rarely standing here. They usually start walking to their buff at that point. So it's a pretty good habit to have, and easy ward to do.
Alright.
It gives a lot of intel of where enemy jungler is. So yeah, again, please play the game. It's really bad that you're already like this late to the lane, because if what this Victor can do now is he can already start autoing the creep if he stands here. You know? So he will have like 3 to 4 auto attacks advantage on you. And especially when you're playing Vladimir, that's really bad because your wave player sucks. So you need every free auto on the wave that you can get, you know? So you should right now be like here. You have to move with the wave. Being here might seem like a very small thing, but it's really bad. Because he can already have big advantage on the wave player. You want to break this Victor. You want to force him, right, to go So if he's going to play like a little bitch boy and not trade with you, then all you want to do is you want to push him in. So there are some downsides with pushing, which is obviously, 1, you can get ganked, right?
Yeah.
2, they can freeze on you. Free, like, they have easier time to run you down because you have to walk up far, right?
Yeah.
So there are certain matchups where you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this versus things that can easily run you down and trade hardcore with you early. For example, Yasuo, Irelia, Syndra, Orianna. Champions like Victor and Seraph and stuff, they have quite high cooldowns early. Their mana costs are quite high. And they don't have mobility. Right? So they can't really run you down, and they can't afford to spam spells on the wave and on you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Orianna and Syndra, right, they have like 30 and 40 mana cost Qs, etc. So they don't really go and they have a lot more damage than the champs I mentioned.
Yeah.
Make sense? But versus Victor, since you want to break him, I want to see you use every Q on the wave, unless you can of course Q him for free. And just auto, try to push him in, try to force him to use E under tower and stuff like this. Because 1, you shouldn't get ganked as long as you know where Echo is.
Yeah.
And he can't really run you down, because if he tries to, well then he gets forced to use mana and he'll eventually go Later on, once he has upgrade and stuff, then he can freeze on you and stuff, and actually punish you, but he doesn't have enough mana sustain to do that early. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you see how you haven't used Q, right? Like, that's pretty bad. Like, this should be auto Q, because you see how it's playing, right? If he shows, right, if he indicates that he has any kind of balls and wants to fight you, like standing places like this, then he is interested in fighting you. Then having Q is important, right?
Yeah.
When he stands like a little bitch.
I'd be that faking it, like, and then waiting for me to Q, and then.
Yeah, then your Q's up in what, 3-4 seconds? He like.
Is that 5 or something?
Yeah, and is this creep gonna die by then?
No, probably not.
Yeah, exactly. So then it doesn't matter, right? If you Q the creep now and he starts walking up, you just simply walk a little bit, like you walk like here and start auto attacking this one, and then your Q comes up, and then you can trade with him if you want. Right? Like it's not an important ability. Right? Like things like set W, really long cooldown, Blitzcrank Q, etc. Those are like important abilities.
Yeah.
Your ability has low cooldown, doesn't use mana, and it's not an ability that makes it so that he can actually fight you. Right? That's why when he's standing over here, then you kind of need it to be up because he's already so close and in combat range. So if you use it on Q, if you use it on the creep, I mean, if you use it on the creep then, he can already trade with you. If you use Q on the creep now, he has to walk up to actually trade with you, in which case you just run a little bit away while hitting this one. Then your Q comes back up and he's forced to run away or take the Q. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's not baiting it, it's just being a little bitch. And if he's baiting it, it doesn't fucking matter. So you're just slowing down your red Q and slowing down your push right now.
Alright.
So now on the map you see Echo started bot side. So you should just be trying to hug top side right now, and then in like 30 seconds swap sides and start hugging bot side. See, like this is really useless, right? Because Echo won't ward you level 2. I mean, he won't gank you level 2, right? So by doing this now, only thing you're doing is you're slowing down your push and you're losing pressure. Make sense?
Yeah.
If you want to be really good here, what's happening to the wave right now? Who is it pushing to?
It's pushing against the victor.
Yes. Alright, so then right now you are happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like blue or you want me to change color?
No, that's fine.
What's your favorite color?
I don't know, mate. Any color.
We spice it up. We do green. Alright.
Yeah, that's good as well.
We do green. So right now you have the push going. So on the second wave, you need to ask yourself, do I need to crash it? Right? So by crashing it, you have to keep auto-attacking and trying to push it, right? The advantages of crashing is you get to go and ward, you can recall, you can maybe bully them in their tower, but Vladimir can't unless it's against melees, and you can roam. Right now, you don't have the gold to base, so no point basing. You don't need to get any vision, because we basically have vision without having vision, if that makes sense, right? We know he is inside of here.
Yeah.
So we don't need to ward. And you can't base because you have no gold. So what you should do now is, since it's a victor, he can't actually kill these minions. He doesn't have the wave clear, right? His champ is useless. So what you should do now is you should stay in lane, focus on trying to poke him and trade with him, and then only last hit. Okay?
Okay.
If he keeps hitting minions and queuing minions and stuff and you can't hit him, then you keep hitting minions. But basically, you want to try to keep like 2 minions advantage for yourself while keeping it over here. And then on the cannon wave, then you try to crash it under his tower, because then he will have to farm like 2 waves under his tower, in which case you can recall for a free ruby crystal, because at that point you should have like this gold. Or you can go and roam top lane if your jungler is looking to gank, or you can roam bot lane, because you have a lot of free time. Because it'll be 2 waves under Victor's tower here, and then it's also going to be pushing back towards you. So during the time it's under tower, you can roam, and during the time it's pushing back towards you, you can roam as well. Make sense?
Yeah.
The issue is, now that you go ward, if he's smart, if I'm the Victor, I will start killing some of these minions. Because right now the wave is way too big.
Yeah.
So I'd kill like 2 minions right now. But this guy does nothing, so, you know, it's fine still. But what you did is a mistake, because you do not need this vision. And it's really pointless.
Yeah. Alright.
You see now how you keep auto-attacking, right? That's not good, because if you crash it on this wave, that's bad for you. Make sense?
Why is it bad if I crash it on this wave?
Because
I can't do anything.
Yeah, you can't do anything, so he gets to farm it under tower for free, and it's harder for you to clear it when it's under tower too, you know? You want the next wave to get in this position as well, and then you crash it, because then you can use your minion advantage, and you can actually base or do something.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So now just try to trade with him. Just walk up, right? This is again why I want your mouse clicks, because you're playing like a little bitch here, right? You should see, okay, I get level 2 now on this creep, right? So why? Like here, I can tell where you're clicking, because I see where you're turning. Give You're clicking like here or somewhere like here, right? One of these places you're clicking right now. What in your mind makes you think that I should ever go here now when this guy's level 1 and he needs to kill like 2 more minions?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. Right? So you have to ask yourself this. You should be forcing him away. Get him the fuck away from your wave. Right? Just force him away. And then only last hit. Wait for the next wave and then you crash it. But you see how you're assisting the push right now, right? With ease and auto attacks. It's really bad. You keep autoing. It's really bad, right? To help you know when you should be doing these things and stuff, you look here. Look at the wave, right? You see on the map here. If you crash it now, it's really bad. Because you see now he's under tower, you can't do anything. Right? Now this wave is under his tower. It should be like over here now. And you should be trying to crash it now. Now it is harder to crash it because the minion advantage that you built up, you just crash it into his tower. So now you don't have minion advantage. So now if Victor is good, he's the one that can pressure you. Because he has no reason not to pressure you now. Because you no longer have minion advantage. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So now you're gonna struggle a lot, like it's gonna be a lot harder now to try to crash this. You see? He's playing good. This is what he should be doing. So now you don't get that free recall / roam that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Because right now, right, you could be here with Silas while the wave is pushing back towards you, looking to die bot lane. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So now that you have fucked up, right, and it is in this position, you have to ask yourself, okay, how do I fix this? Right? Who is the lane pushing towards now?
It's pushing towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Against me, kind of. Yeah, pushing to my tower.
Yeah, it's pushing to you. So, right now, there's no way in hell that you can clear all these minions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it is actually better to let him push you in. Makes sense?
Why is that better though?
Because if you're now trying to push him in now, when he has the minion advantage, you can't crash it because you have no wave clear as Vladimir, and he will just be perma-bullying you and he will keep this wave here.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah.
So only times you should damage the creeps now is to heal with Qs. Like this auto attacks is useless, you just take damage for free. Right, you should only last it and only Q. Right, like this auto attack really bad. See? Like you're not gonna crash him. It just won't happen. You see now the next wave comes, right? You see how you're locking yourself in this position?
Yeah, yeah.
It's unplayable for you now. If it's good. So yeah. Just now realize, okay, the wave is coming towards me, right? My jungler is here. He doesn't need me to push for him, right? Your jungler is chilling, he's fine.
Yeah, I can just chill.
Yeah, just try to heal up. And then life is good. Another issue with what you did is that now if something occurs here, right? Let's say Echo skipped Raptors and did red, then he would be done with red now, and then him and Tryndamere could look to take this blue. And then your jungler starts pinging, help, 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 help me, help me, right? If you start pushing into Victor now you can't move. Because if you move now, you lose this. Yes, exactly. But if you move now to help, then you don't lose much. You lose 1 melee maybe. Because now it's pushing towards you.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes sense? So as long as you don't die now, you don't lose anything. Make sense?
Yeah.
But here, now, as soon as you do that, that's fucking doomed. It's hard. It's doomed now. So like now, this opens so many opportunities for enemy. They can invade your jungler, they can perma-gank you can't stop the freeze as Vladimir, it's really hard. Blah blah blah. They have so many options now to screw you over.
Yeah.
This is again why camera control is important, because here you lost 2 creeps, because you wanted to move to here, but this echo was already dead. Right? So that's why camera control is important for me to see. Because it was stupid for you to try to move there for a guy that's already dead. Again, here, you want to try to crash this. Also, remind yourself, what champion am I playing against, right?
Yeah, I know, like, Victor needs his, 1250 for his back.
No, it's 1150.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Vladimir is completely fine recalling at 800 for Kindle Gem.
Yeah.
Even better, 900, right? But both of those are fine. So this is like the perfect time to set up for a base, because at this point he can't base. So if you crash it now, it's fucking GG. Like, you win the lane. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because he'll be forced to stay. But you see, you don't have that attitude, you see? If you had this attitude, what would happen is you'd be running here and casting E. Make sense?
Yeah.
But you see, like, you don't realize it, see? Like, this should be your thought process right now. Right here you should see, okay, after this next wave now, I will have 800 gold. Which means I can recall, and if I crash under his tower, I don't lose anything. Then ask yourself, is it good now? Because sometimes, as Vladimir, it can be good to even sit on your Doran string or Doran shield for 5 fucking minutes, if it means the enemy mid can't base. Right? Because you out-sustain them.
Yeah.
But in this case, if you crash it, Victor will be forced to stay anyways, because otherwise he leaves the lane in a bad spot, and he can't base for anything good anyways. So he's fucked regardless. So this is the perfect time now where you just hard push. You keep hitting the wave. But you see, you have your mind on him for some reason there. You see, you should be E-ing. The faster you E, the better, because then you get it back up. Right? This E is shit, only hits 2 creeps. Right? You don't want to Q him, there's no point. Right? You should be using it on minions. Push. That should be the only focus here. If I was playing Vlad, the wave is gone now, and I'm walking to recall. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
But you see, you don't have this on your mind. And that's really bad now, because if he gets, like, this wave and the next one, then he should have upgrade.
Yeah, I think he gets it on his first back.
Yeah, and then you failed your job. And then the lane is a lot harder, because Victor is actually a pretty good pick into Vladimir. As long as he gets upgrades. Because he outranges you.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't get upgrades, he's useless. And now you're just handing him the lane, and now he has no problem. Because what would happen, right, is if you based, when the wave was here, right, when you crashed it, it would be slow pushing towards you, he doesn't have enough wave clear to actually crash it, you would catch the wave over here, and he loses a wave, and he's fucked. Make sense?
Yeah.
For some reason he eats you there, I don't know why. He just makes himself now. He should keep his mana for wave clear. Because there's no point in poking you there, like there's no way he kills you, you know? What are you doing now? What? This ward sucks, by the way, like look at this. Look. Just place it. Place it here. Because look.
Yeah.
Look, this fog.
Yeah. That's terrible, yeah, I know. Yeah.
See, here now you have your mind. It's so easy to tell what you're thinking. Like now you have your mind on pushing. But he can freeze this, yeah. This victory isn't that bad. This is pretty good replay. Because he's doing what he should. Like now he should recall and TP. Yes, he does it good. But he realized a little bit late. But if he realized when I said, he'd be TPing right now and you're super fucked.
Yeah, because he'll have the freeze on me.
Yeah. But see, now you're not that fucked. Because you got the cannon. So now you don't really care. Yeah, he has upgrade. And he freezes. Nice. No, but you stay. No. No.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Fuck, it's doomed, dude. But also, like here, right? Here you could say, but I had to stay because my jungler inted. Right? But your jungler, right? It would, like, if you based when I said the first time, it would be fine for you helping your jungler here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it all adds up, you see? Like, that's how League works. Even though your teammate into there, right? It's still based on like what you've done before. Because it would be fine for you to help him if you base what I said. That's why it's important you take those opportunities in-game. You're gonna have Rabadons on first base.
Can't remember when I based again.
Yeah. It's just so bad to not take those free bases because during all this time, right? Because I said you could like recall like what, 3 minutes ago?
Yeah.
During all this time, if a dragon fight happens, a potential roam happens, a 2v2, a 1v1, you're weaker in all of it. Makes sense?
Yeah, I'm basically useless at this point.
Yeah. So you're just praying that your teammates doesn't int during all this time you wasted. And now you're losing a lot of CS because of it as well. And this is why you struggle to scale on 1v9 in Vladimir. Because right now, like I would have like 80 CS right now.
80?
And, yeah, I'd have 80 right now, and Victor would have less than what he has because he would be forced to base on bad timer or give up a wave if he wanted to get his X core. So he would have like 55 or some shit like that, and I would have 80.
Yeah.
And I would have better base timers. So. Like when I play Vladimir, I only struggle versus things that can fight me a lot early. Like Irelia, and I found Echo to be a bit annoying, and Yasuo. But that's it. Like things like Victor is really easy. This is good. Nice. Random Taric passing by.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't even looking at the mini map at that time.
This here is really bad. So yeah. Like here, you can freeze if you want. And it's not bad.
But at this time I don't see the point in freezing because he's got his upgraded laser. They could just like clear the wave like
yeah. But what do you gain for pushing here? Look the map. Silas is dead. Pled is fighting. Right? So you're not gonna roam anywhere if you push.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so then what's the point? If he has to walk up to use laser, right? Then you can walk up to zone him. You, like, imagine this scenario, right? So imagine now, you kill this, and this, and this. You only leave the cannon alive, because that's the only thing you'll need to freeze now. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you pull the cannon so it's like here, and the wave meets. Victor has to go here to E creeps, right? Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can legit just stand like here, and then he has to make a choice. If he E's this, you can all in. If he E's you, well then he doesn't get this. So like if he goes for A, which is creep, then, you know, you do B, and he dies.
You've got the LS A B C D.
Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to go full LS, right? If he goes 1, then you do 2, which means X, and then Y. And then, because the stars aligned, right? The stars aligned in the solar system, you kill him magically because of the fucking Uno cards got reversed. And then, yeah. See if that. Wait. And then my poker chips.
In most scenarios, the victor will probably just E me if I like freeze there.
Yeah, but you out-sustain. That's the thing. Like, you just run into him, first of all. Like, you run into the laser. But, like,
Yeah,
right now you pull, right? Okay, there you Q. Now you're quite healthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You Q again here. Right, you're quite healthy. You blow E, losing HP for no reason. And then now you start running into him instead of trying to dodge. And then now you can just leave it like this. if you want to. You pop your potions, life is good. And then even now, once the freeze is broken, now it's even better if you just slow push.
Yeah, because I can set up for an eventual like crash and then recall.
Yes, exactly. You can set up for a huge wave into recall. Then it's harder for him to set up his own base, and then you can potentially roam. But you have no reason to try to hard crash it now. It just makes no sense, because like, what are you gonna buy now? Your next item is probably gonna be Proto Belt, right? So Hex Tech Revolver.
Yeah,
which is 1.1k. So you're not gonna base after this wave. So if you do slow push now and he eased the wave, well then there you go, then you have a freeze. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
And if you get to slow push, then you'll get to stack a big wave. So then if he does fuck up and you get to all in him, then he loses 2 waves instead of 1. Instead now you just decide to hard push and eat a wave. Right? So now it gets handed to him faster. And as you see, he just eased the wave like a fucking moron. So if you just only lasted it, you could keep the wave here.
Yeah.
And then he has to perma walk up and E, which means your jungler can potentially gank. It means you can all in, etc, etc. But now he gets handed the wave and now he's happy. Now the wave meets in middle, so now you have nothing you can do because the wave hard reset. So there's nothing special you can do to the wave. And see, now he's really safe just under his tower. Imagine your jungler ganked there when the wave was over here.
Yeah, it would have been free.
Yeah. Because even though he can stand here and E, but again, if you go B here, then he has to choose. If he E's the wave, he dies because you all in. If he E's you, well then he loses the cannon or whatever he wants it to go for.
Yeah, makes sense.
Here again, you're helping your jungler for some fucking reason, I don't know why. Right, like when your jungler ins like this, right? Right, when he ins like this, you should take that as an opportunity to get to base or do whatever you want to do. Make sense?
Yeah.
So right now, this is a cannon wave, right? So you can just recall. Don't help him because you have nothing to help him with. You don't have a heal for him or something. Right now, you guys try to dive. Okay, you guys try to dive, it's fine. Then now when you realize that the dive fucked up, you have to realize, okay, I have enough gold from my hex deck. If I base now, is it bad? If I stay now, is it good? Simple. If you stay, what's gonna happen is you're gonna try to clear the cannon wave. You won't have time.
Fast enough.
Yeah, and then Echo ganks you, and then you're fucked. Okay, is it then bad to base? Well, if we base, we will lose the melee creeps, but we won't lose the cannon. So, it is safer to base, and it's good, and you get the item you want. So right now, you go recall. If Silas then dies, then he dies. Because he's still gonna die if you try to help.
Yeah.
He might flame you, because you recall. But he doesn't know better. But you have to play for yourself, because you're the only consistent factor. Right? It's nobody else's fault but his own. Right? So now you ruined that good recall. Now if you recall now, you're gonna lose the cannon. So now recalling is bad. So now you're forced to stay, and then now he got wait, this Victor knows who I am. There's no way. What? He's going exactly... Wait. But... Wait. This guy is a fanboy. It's actual fanboy. He's going my Rabadon's rush build. I go this as well.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I go first upgrade into Rabadon's. Actual good Victor player. Poggers. They are quite rare. So now you lose another wave. You see what I mean? And that's why I focus a lot on your CS numbers in the OPGG thing. Because, like... You will have this a lot in Vladimir, where you're 0-0-0 at 12 minutes, and your entire team, it feels like they're fucking useless and stuff. But the difference is, good players right now, they would have like 130 CS, because they'd have perfect base timers, perfect pushing and stuff like this. And they would sit here and have Proto Belt at this moment. But you're a bit behind. It doesn't feel bad to have 100 CS at 12, but you could be better.
Yeah.
at this point, freezing and stuff becomes very irrelevant, and you just want to push and impact the map. So the way you impact the map, right, is not by standing here. So right now, what you need to understand about League is that even though there's nobody to kill here, you going missing makes everybody in the game think Vladimir's missing, watch out. Okay?
Yeah.
With you missing, you can go now take this crab. With you missing, you can look for raptors. Right? You can start pathing to top in case something may happen. But with you standing mid, do you ever get to do anything now?
Yeah, no, I can't take the plating or anything while he's there.
Exactly. So now everybody knows that you're there. Tryndamere knows he's not being doved, so he's not going to use his ward here if he had one. Right? Everybody knows what's happening. Right? You should just push now. Just either way. Like, you should be doing it, like, right now. Right? This is an issue as well. So, what you do want to do, right? Since you're only looking to push and roam now, push and roam, you have to try, right? Good players won't let you, but bad players will, because they'll respect you for no reason. You want to try to be like here and catch the wave while it's walking to you. Right? So Q, walk back, auto, walk back, right? Q, walk back. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to sit in the middle by default. The only time you want to be in the middle is if you get forced to go there. What I mean by that is if Victor starts to walk up and E you and Q you and stuff, then you have to run away. But if he for whatever reason stands here and be scared of you, then you'll get to clear the wave standing here. And that'll be another 5-10 seconds faster.
Yeah,
make sense?
Yeah.
Because now you see how you're running away without him doing anything? Right? Like, you should already be queuing it. Like, he's playing like a little bitch. And then now, I would be walking up and Eing. Because look, Taric is here. Echo can't be anywhere. Right? Look, you can easily W his stun. So it makes no sense why you wouldn't either wave like 5 seconds ago. But now you feel like you can either wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
And then you don't W. It's doomed. And you also don't, like, this is again camera control, because, right, like, you should just be hugging bot side now, because one, you know Echo is top side because he just killed Karma, and two, you have this guy zoning this guy away. So it should be you hugging this side and then now running bottom side. Remember what I said about Echo, right? Echo cannot gank if you're hugging one side of the lane.
Yeah.
If he comes from top side, you run bot side. He can't use W. Make sense? Running bot side now only sucks if Taric is able to come. But he isn't. And that's when camera control is important.
Yeah, I think I was actually looking at Taric on my screen when the echo came.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it till the last second.
Oh
no, I saw it, but I thought I'd walk away because I didn't see the actual like range of the full range of the circle because my screen was like to the right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a bit bad there.
Because the issue now, right, is that Victor is about to have a fucking Rabadons, right? And you're sitting here, Proto Belt, and now you're gonna struggle because your sustain is not enough to deal with his constant E-poke now soon. Alright, so now, when they group mid like this, right? You don't have wave clear as Vladimir, so you need to go side lane. So, when you see this in top lane, right? They need to break this tower for them to be able to go mid. So, if they don't break the tower now on this wave or the next wave, you have to tell them to come mid and let you go top. Because you cannot stay here.
Alright.
So, let's see what happens. Right, if they back off now, you guys have to swap. Yeah, so now you should recall and swap. And that's it. That's the only call that should ever happen now. Like, you see how useless you are here? Like, what's the point? There, you don't even kill him.
Yeah, that was upsetting.
So now the map is still fucked. Look, now you're still mid, right? And they're still top. Meanwhile, this should be you being in base now, walking onto a clean map, and then having the decision to go either top or mid. Or bot.
Yeah.
It made no sense to stay, because there was never... And then you still stay now. But you do this so often, man. Like this one is even easier to realize you can't do shit. Right, so here, clear wave, 2 number shows. Next wave is here. If you recall, do you lose anything? Look this building up. Who is this pushing towards?
Us.
Mm-hmm.
Outing. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 30 seconds, it'll be like over here, right?
Yeah.
So you should go there. So you should base now. Get sword shoes or whatever the fuck you wanna buy. Fucking Moby boots, I don't care. But base, please. And then you go straight bot. And you ping these guys.
I guess one thing I would probably be worried about is that if I get off the map, then the Tryndamere is like free to roam top.
Yeah, and
then
but then you should never base in League of Legends unless you should never base in League then, unless 5 people are dead, right? According to your logic, right? Because now even now you're still not basing. Because what, this top turret could now go and teleport here and kill your team? Because now you're losing 2 kills worth of gold here soon. If you never go here. Ah, you lost your top laner's TP.
Yeah.
Right? Even though you can't control this guy's clicks. Right?
I figured this guy would like already have like backed and then like to lane or something.
Yeah, but like you need to realize, right, that even though you didn't make this guy click teleport, the opportunity for him to do it happened because you didn't go there. And then now, what the fuck you want your bot lane to do now? Look, you just took their mid wave. Now they come mid wave, they have nothing to farm. So now your AD carry just lost 150 gold for no reason. So what usually happens now when AD carry sees that mid wave is gone, is he would go top lane and catch this. And then the map is still fucked.
Yeah. I think we actually lose top tower here.
Yeah, and if you do, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Because you should have recalled before, and since you didn't, you should recall now. Because you're never going to kill a Tryndamere now, and he is already stuck in mid because of this wave. If he starts roaming top now, well then that's already bad because he loses wave. So he shouldn't do it. And if he's dumb enough to just start roaming top now instead of taking this wave, then he would roam top regardless. Like, it doesn't matter if you're staying. Like, what does it change that if you're there watching him? If he wants to roam top now, he's going to do it. Regardless if you're here, you can't CC him, you can't stop him.
Yeah, that's true.
So you should recall and you should catch this to make sure that the map doesn't get fucked.
Yeah.
Because this is your time to recall. Because if we're gonna go by your logic, right? Then recalling when you actually did it is worse. Because now people are actually on the map. Your bot lane can actually go and die now. And then you're not top pressuring. You're not bot pressuring. You gain nothing now if your teammates die mid. So you were fine recalling now when your bot lane and your teammates are on the map pressuring. Now you're fine being off the map. But when there was no way when there was no way that your teammates could die, then you were scared to go off the map. Right now this guy yoinks your wave as well because you're late on the rotation.
Yeah.
Right? Your bot lane loses wave, you lose wave, your jungler has to be top for some fucking reason because you're not there. Your teammates fight, right, without you. So in a different game, they might die. And sure, your teammates dying sucks, but in a different game, your teammates dying here means that you got 2 waves top and Krugs, for example. I know they're not up now, but I'm saying in a different game.
Yeah.
But in this game now, if your teammates died, you got nothing, because you were in base when you shouldn't be. Does it all click now?
Yeah, makes sense.
And this is how you achieve having like 200 farm now at 18 minutes. By proper recalls and understanding wave management.
Yeah, my wave management has been like awful this game.
I mean, your wave management is awful like 99% of your games. Because otherwise you would have 10 saves per minute. Or even 12 some games.
Yeah, true.
Because you are beyond useless now. Right, so imagine if your bot lane isn't fed. right? Then you can't carry, because Victor is hard outperforming you, which is fine, because your matchup is shit. I don't mind him having 2 kills. What I mind is that you don't have 200 farm. Because there has been nothing this game that makes it so that you shouldn't have 200 farm. And I'm not over-exaggerating, you should legit have 200.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had 200 farm at this time.
You should. Because there's nothing stopping you. There was no hardcore camping or diving or anything like this. There was no crazy shenanigans happening. Okay, hopefully you push on base. No, but for fuck's sake! Fuck! Okay, well, that's gonna be the biggest thing that you have to work on.
Yeah.
Because like here, right? Like, why do you think it was worth to even try to kill him there? What you need to understand about kills, right, in League, is that in early game, you kill people to get yourself gold. Right? In mid game and late game, you kill people to create objectives or opportunities on the map to do things. For example, if the enemy has like a Seraph or Vel'Koz, right, and it's mid-game / late game, they are preventing you from ending the game because they are constantly wave clearing. So the way you counter this is you either dive them and kill them, or you play away from them by split pushing. Make sense?
Yeah.
So there, if you kill the Echo, does that do anything?
No, it just gets me some gold.
Yeah, it just gives you gold, because it doesn't mean you get something, because you're so low so that you're gonna have to base. Enemy team is coming up, your teammates was in base. So it was completely pointless. And not worth the risk at all. And these kind of things will hurt you, because now you're off the map, you're not able to do anything. So what happens now then, if Tryndamere didn't go here and he's going with Taric, and then they somehow end up killing Varus? And then Varus dies and you're dead, you're not able to punish the fact that they kill Varus. You just start to lose the game then.
Yeah. Yeah, I always do that random risky stuff.
Yeah. And you should only do the random risky stuff if the game is really fucking doomed. Right? Like if your bot lane is 0 fucking 10 and stuff and it's just impossible to try to scale. Then you can try to do a bit risky things. You see, now it's unplayable for you. You can't do anything. You know what I mean? Everyone beats you in side lane, you're unable to group and do things. So now if your teammate starts losing now, then you lose the game and you have no control over it now. So the rest of the game now is pretty irrelevant to watch, because it's all gonna be like because of the mistakes you did before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have to understand, how is this game gonna get played out? This Victor will continue to scale, so will Tryndamere, and you're not able to beat him in side lane because of your int. Make sense?
Yeah.
So let's just skip until you get some magical kills, so we can talk about some late game team fights and stuff. So at this point you have Flash in 80. Nice, good combo. Good Sonias. Really good. It's good engage, and it was good Sonias, it was well played. What's important at this point of the game as Vladimir, and of course even earlier as well, like 20 minutes as well and stuff, is you should really value your flash. Okay? Your flash as Vladimir is extremely important.
Yeah, it's that game changer.
Yeah. So you don't want to flash for just like a 1 kill, unless that, like I said before, or unless that kill is like the Seraph that's keeping the game alive or something like this, you know?
Yeah.
You want to flash for a team fight, you want to flash for a pick that actually turns into a Baron or something. You don't want to just for fun kill somebody with your flash as Vladimir. So like now, you're flashing 40, so I really want to see how you use it. Like, you should not get caught, it's so valuable. Like, you shouldn't get caught and think it's okay because you have flash. Right, unless it was a clear bait for your team.
Yeah, I can't remember how the rest of this game.
Yeah, I mean, you base now, which is really fucking good. And this is why scaling champs are so good in plat, because you somehow, even though playing so shit, you somehow got full build, so...
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, but Trunamir is creating a lot of problems. Oh god, no. Oh my god, you're gonna have to flash. Okay. Whew. He didn't ulti, it's okay. He didn't ult. Because if you ulti there, your flash is gone. So.
Yeah, definitely. That was a bad play.
Yes, it was really bad. And that just shows...
It luckily worked out.
Yeah, I mean it worked out because he didn't ulti. Because there, now you shouldn't have flash and then it's just harder. Like this Jhin can't play the game, neither can Victor if you have flash. Like now you could ask yourself, okay, how do I play teamfights? What's important for me to do? Well, Jhin isn't gonna carry, right? Echo will jump...
That Victor is gonna carry.
Yeah, Echo will jump into your backline. Can you prevent that as Vladimir? Not really. Right? You have no CC. So your job is to create cancer in their backline. Your coronavirus, okay?
Yeah.
And who are you gonna spread it to first?
The Victor, hopefully.
Yes, Victor. Alright, so you're only gonna put yourself in positions where you can flash onto the Victor. That should be your focus. Okay, you Q first, that's good. But please, man! Just take the win! Look, why do you flash in now? Look. Look where your teammates are, right?
Yeah, they're not in a position to
Yeah, Silas is here. Like, when you have taken double inhib like this, and you have waves coming in, the game is pretty much won now. It's won by default, because these waves are going to crash in, so is this, and so is this. You're just going to get triple inhib, and then the enemy's base will just break, right?
Yeah.
So why do you feel the need to try to fight him now? The only time that you could lose it is if you fight him now. And then even worse, you flash onto the Jhin. Right? This is the guy you need to kill.
Yeah.
This Jhin is irrelevant. It does not matter. If you flash on him and kill him now and die, it's fucking irrelevant. You do not need to kill this guy. If you kill the Victor now, it's actually good play. Okay? Then it's not that bad.
He's not gonna hit him.
Yeah, but the way you flash makes it so you're not gonna kill anyone. Right?
Yeah.
You should flash from here to here, and then look at this guy. But your eyes are clearly not on that guy. Right?
Yeah.
So now it's fucking doomed, you die, and now you're praying that your teammates don't int. And you can't do that in solo queue, because now you're just praying that your teammates don't int, and you could lose the game there. If your teammates dies there as well, then enemy team gets dragon and they might win. And now you don't have flash, so now you're 10 times weaker. Make sense?
Yeah.
Imagine you have flash now. Imagine you have flash now in this fight. Imagine you have fucking flash now. Fuck. Victor is 1v9. And you still don't have flash. You see like how long the cooldown is? 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's not like you can stall till your flash is up.
Yeah, this is very big.
Look here, you could have flash for this fight too. You could right now like threaten for flash and then you go in on the Taric ult. And there you go, now the game is done. And this game you could easily win, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You had winning top lane, you had winning bot lane, and you managed to lose. So you actually picked like really perfect game.
Yeah.
Because it shows you playing horrible in laning phase. It shows bad wave management. It shows bad mid game, and it shows that you actually got to late game and then you still managed to fuck it up.
Oh, good. That sounds horrible.
I mean, it is, but you have all the tools now to learn from, because usually like the replays only have like, you know, you played lane bad and then you won the game or something. But this showed like everything.
Yeah, this was good.
And that's good, because now you know what you should be doing and what you should be aiming for. So what's important now is that you go and you only focus on one thing when you're playing, and the biggest thing is recalling properly. Right? You recall properly, you focus on that. Once you feel like you've gotten good at that, you work on the other things.